Imagine this. You've just landed that promotion, the one you've been grinding for years. Your bank account starts looking healthier. Nights out with friends, maybe a weekend getaway, it's all within reach now. But instead of pure joy, there's this nagging pull in your chest. Guilt, like you're doing something wrong. Why? Why does success feel like a betrayal? Stick with me, because we're about to unpack this in a way that might just set you free. Let me paint a picture for you. Meet Sarah. She's 28, works in marketing, lives in a cramped apartment because that's what she's always known. Growing up, her family scraped by. Dinners were simple, vacations were staycations. Money was the enemy, something the greedy chased. Then Sarah hustles. She builds her skills, networks like crazy, and boom, her salary jumps 40%. She buys a nicer coat, treats her mom to dinner, but every time she swipes her card, a voice whispers, "Who do you think you are? You're leaving us behind." Sound familiar? It's like the more you earn, the heavier your heart gets. Now, let's dig into why this happens. It's not just random. Think about your brain like an old record player, stuck on tracks from your past. If you grew up hearing, "money changes people," or "rich folks are selfish," those words embed deep. They're not facts, they're stories we inherit. Psychologists call this money scripts, but forget the fancy term. It's basically the invisible rules you follow without questioning. When you start earning more, you break those rules. In breaking them, it feels like breaking faith with who you were, or who your family still is. But here's where it gets real. This guilt isn't a flaw, it's a sign you're human. Deep down, you're wired for connection. Earning more can feel like pulling away from the pack, from friends who complain about bills, from parents who never had this chance. It's survivor guilt wrapped in dollars. You worry, if I succeed, does that mean they failed? Or worse, that I'm better than them? I get it. That ache, it's empathy gone overboard. You're sensitive to other struggles because you've been there. And in a world that screams hustle harder, feeling guilty for winning feels wrong. But it's not. It's proof you care. Take a breath here. Pause for a second. Think about a time you held back, maybe turned down an opportunity because it felt too much. What was that voice really saying? Reflect on that. It's okay if it stings a little. Let's look at some folks who've been through this. Remember Oprah? She grew up dirt poor, then built an empire. But early on, she admitted feeling ashamed of her wealth, like it made her less relatable. Or take that friend of yours, the one who got the big tech job. He drives a beat-up car still, donates half his bonus anonymously. Why? Guilt. It's everywhere. Actors, entrepreneurs, even lottery winners. Studies show, wait, no lectures, but yeah, people who suddenly make more often splurge then regret, or hoard it all, paralyzed by shame. One guy I heard about, a teacher turned investor, made his first million, celebrated alone because telling his old colleagues felt like bragging. Heartbreaking, right? But what if I told you there's a twist? This guilt isn't the enemy, it's a teacher. It shows up when you're growing, stretching beyond your comfort zone. The moment you realize that, boom, shift happens. See, guilt thrives in silence, but name it and it loses power. Imagine reframing it. Your success isn't betrayal, it's inspiration. When you earn more, you lift others too. Maybe mentor a friend, support causes that matter, or just show up as proof that change is possible. That teacher? He started a fund for underpaid educators, turned his guilt into gold. Pause again. Picture your life without this weight. What would you do with that extra money? Travel? Invest in yourself? Help someone? Let that sink in. In the end, feeling guilty about money doesn't make you weak, it makes you real, but you don't have to carry it forever. Start small, acknowledge the feeling, then ask, is this mine or borrowed from the past? You're allowed to thrive. In fact, the world needs you to. So next time that guilt creeps in, smile at it,
Say thanks for the reminder to stay grounded, then keep moving forward. You've earned this, and deep down, you know it.